Start. Yep.
Welcome back to Stunt Culture. I'm Jackson, and today we are going to be going over the X out. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and you're back with Jackson at Stunt Culture. I feel like it's been a while.
What about me?
And Cody. Cody's behind the camera. When was the last time we posted a video?
A video? A couple days ago.
No, like a fast track guide.
Oh, a fast track guide.
Like where I'm the feature, and I'm like...
Oh, you. Well, we did the cartwheel up.
That wasn't me. Anyway, today we're going over the X out. This is a very tricky skill. It's something I've done for a few years now. I actually haven't done this skill in a good few months. We went to film the intro and anyway.
It was pretty funny. We got this skill was requested on Instagram because we asked people what they wanted to see. So if you guys aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you jump on there and then let us know if there's anything else.
And you guys can tell us what you want us to create.
At the moment, unfortunately, because we had to stop all classes, while we're allowed to come into the gym, we're going to keep filming, just pumping out heaps of content.
As much content as possible, and there's no one really using the gym right now.
So Jackson can play as much as he likes.
You there.
I know, I did see that. Okay, let's get started. What have we got?
So first progression is just a plain old back tuck. Really nice high back tuck. You need good control. If you're still working on controlling your back tuck and the angles and where you take off and trying to get height, we actually have a video coming up. You can see the faint little X's on the ground over there. Yeah, I played a game.
With himself?
Yeah, with myself, but I lost. So first thing, really nice high aggressive tuck, back tuck, so that you can get that power and then you can open up. You need to be able to pull in tight, almost like you're gonna do a double back. I know some of you, or most of you probably haven't done double backs before, but if you have done a double back, you need to pull like a double back, but then open aggressively so you don't do a double back.
So if you've never pulled like a double for a double back,
you need to just try and pull a little bit
as hard as you possibly can.
Kind of, yeah. But don't pull so hard that you over rotate. You do need to be able to pull tight and then open. I'll show you now. Tight, open. Really important that you're pulling in really aggressively, initiating that rotation so that when you do open, you don't completely stop upside down. That's
okay. So are they trying to tuck earlier? Or just more aggressive?
Earlier, just more aggressively.
Okay, so not earlier, just more aggressive, so that they have initiated that faster rotation, and then when they stop, they can float for a second.
I'll show you two tucks. Normal tuck, and then the aggressive tuck.
Okay.
Wasn't as tight a ball, kind of eased in, rotated around to my feet.
Thought you were going to do it back the other way.
Now I'm going to do the aggressive one. Really pull it in nice and tight, nice and aggressive. And then I had to open up so that I didn't like...
So they're almost doing like a tuck and then open to like a lay shape?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, precisely.
Now can you tell me, spotting for this one, do you look for something to know when to open up?
So when you're doing a normal back tuck, you spot...
The wall?
Yep.
Or the edge of the floor? Or your toes?
Yeah, whatever.
Depending on what your coach says, because
usually
people have different opinions.
I teach spot toes, lift, spot the wall.
Most important thing is that your chin's down. Yeah, so you still spot that on the way up.
This one's really hard.
So you should have awareness for this skill, correct?
Oh, 100%. This one's hard though because when you do pull that aggressively, even if you're capable of spotting, like I spot through my double fulls, I see everything. But when I pull that hard for an X out, I don't see much. It goes real blurry, and then you open and squeeze to the point where you're upside down so you can spot the floor and then float everything through. There's different points where you can open. I like to open a little later. Some people like to exit the top.
Yep.
Looks a bit cooler. I like it when it kind of comes around towards the end and then it's like in the sort of like last third, and then you float down to where you land. I'll show you two. I'll show you an early X out where it's at the top, and I'll show you a later one.
Sounds good.
Cool bananas. First one, I'll do the later one. So I was very much so standing up when I X'd at the end. So it's like a really aggressive tuck, and then you open, so you're like, bing, I'm about to land.
Okay. And number 2?
If you're going to X out upside down, you have to pull that tuck more aggressive. Because you have to take into consideration that you're going into like a full spread, upside down, which is stopping most of your rotation. So, or it's slowing it down. So you have to consider that. So you've got to tuck really, really aggressively to then open up so that you still have that momentum to float all the way down to your feet. I think personally that's why I like to do it later. It's a bit safer.
Okay, let's see this.
Can you tell I'm nervous?
Procrastinating again.
Procrastinating.
Yeah.
Is that late still?
It was earlier, but you could probably go earlier again.
It's very difficult. Up here. It's one of those things that your brain says, don't do that. That's not very, that's scary.
So if you're able to, maybe try and do this on like a crash mat.
Always
First,
be
air
in
track,
a safe
trampoline,
area.
pit. Okay, let's try one more. Okay.
So, 2 big things. Okay, the shape. I like to do it a lot later because I can get into a bigger, better, more open hip star, X. Whereas a lot of people tend to do it like this. And I think they do that because, well, it allows you to stay in the same hollow position where you're pulling, so you don't actually stop your rotation. So I think that's why I personally don't like doing it straight up and down, because I do get into that open shape. And then to keep that rotation going after you break from hollow to like straight open, it's sketchy territory. So I'll do one where I just kind of put my legs out and you'll see what it looks like. So then you guys can compare and see which one you like the most. Get a bit of a dead spot on the floor then.
Yep.
All right, so no excuses here, but I've been doing a few workouts with Cody on our 30-day challenge. If you haven't heard about it, you should check it out.
Stuntculture.com.au.
Yep.
Link will be in the
So I'm a
description.
little bit tight and I don't have as much pop as I normally would. So for these slow-mos, I'm actually going to do them on the air track, and I'm going to do them out of a handspring to give you a really nice amount of height to show you how and where you should be doing your X. There's 2 different ways. There's the hollow X, and then there's the nice open X. So the first one I'm going to do for you guys is my personal favorite, where you tuck tight, open up, X out, really nice and open through your hips. Cool?
Yep. You had a bit more pop on that one.
Yeah, handsprings give me a little bit more juice.
Or air tracks.
Yeah, on the air track.
I think it was the air track more than the handspring.
So as you guys saw in that one, I like really pulled, weighted, and then popped out, and then kind of floated down like this. I didn't really like tuck X. So we're going to do that at the X out, the one I don't prefer.
Okay.
I'm going to stay hollow. I'm going to try and X out a little bit earlier.
Cool. I actually think I like that one better.
Yeah, most people do. The problem with it, it's way harder to do. It's way more sketchy, hard on the body, and you don't really know where you are. Oh, hi there. So I left out a bit here, and I was editing, and I was like, I should have said that, but I forgot. Yeah. So basically what I should have said here is the X out that I do is a more basic version, and it is usually used as a progression because you complete the base, like you basically complete the entire tuck before Xing out. So you're not putting yourself at risk of actually doing the X out whilst upside down. I like to do it because I can make it really high, make it really tight, open, and then bam. So it looks cool floating on the way down. But like if you want a really juicy, crispy, nice X out that's like while you're upside down, this hollow one allows you to squeeze at the top, and that's why. Basically, it's just a harder version. Yeah. Back to the video. So just to go over all that. So first thing you want to focus on doing is getting really good spatial awareness of your tuck, your normal like round off hamstring back tuck, your round off tuck, nice and high. Because if you don't have a lot of height, you're gonna struggle to do 3 separate things in that skill. So nice high tuck, nice controlled tuck. Then really focus on that tuck open, so you have a lot of float time, so you understand where you are, you can see, you can feel the tuck, you can feel how you want to pull it more aggressively. You want 2 distinctive shape changes, okay? So a lot of people tend to like, and then they open, and it's like really slow, and they do open before they land, but it's not. 2 very distinct shapes, very important. Then move on to the pike open. So if you can't do a pike open, focus on it, because it's going to help you with your lats anyway. Pikes are really good. They get left out of the mix a lot. People don't coach them, people don't teach them, people don't practice them. They're super important. Pikes are essential. And
probably helped you get that standing lay that you can do, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that.
You knew where that was leading.
Yeah, you're so cheeky. So yeah, pike opens, super important. And then, because teaching you to really pull that rotation, because you've got straight legs, so it's actually harder than doing the tuck. And then having to open, tall squeeze, and then sometimes even pushing through, opening your hips, so you can get that really nice open X.
Yep.
So a quick drill before, after the pike open is just have somewhere you can put your feet on, and go into a tuck. And then you go from your tuck shape, and then you open and squeeze. So rather than like just going from here and then shooting out and then having your back down, you want to like squeeze your hips up, so then you're actually like opening and getting that full shape. So when you do the actual X out, you're not going like this, you're standing up nice and tall and opening those hips.
Awesome. Cool. So once they've done that a bunch, time to give it a try?
Yep, just little X's. Start with like a round off, tuck, little X. Little bigger, and then try and like
longer and longer and longer. Yeah. Awesome. I reckon let's see one more before we finish. Remember, if you guys are working on this skill and you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel. We're going to be putting out a lot more content, hopefully, if we can, especially this next month. So stay tuned for more.
I'll do a round of hamstring X out.
All right, let's see.
A little crooked, but thanks for watching.
And that's the X out.